I am going to do some editing on this because I still have a bit of a cough, but we'll get them all cut out. Before I start, I'd like to thank all of my viewers for their support over my past illness that I had. Your comments and your prayers and your thoughts were overwhelming, to be honest with you. I was really shocked and pleased, and they made all the difference. And I just wanted to take the time out to say thank you so much for your thoughts. They helped a lot. But today we are going to make a nice Christmas holiday treat. And it's a modification on something that I did 2 years ago that was just out of this world, and it got very little views. So we're going to modify it just a little bit and try and present it a little different of a way because this is so good. Today we are going to make what I'm going to call holiday spiced fruit brittle. And it's a really simple recipe, and let me tell you what we're going to put in it. We got a 1.5 pound jar of unsweetened applesauce, 3 large cans of fruit cocktail. These are 30-ounce cans. I got the zest of 2 oranges. We got some pumpkin spice. I put 2 teaspoons. Let's see what I put in here. 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice and 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. Right there. And we're going to use a 1/2 cup of molasses. And really, that's all there is to this, other than a little bit of sweetener at the end. So let's get mixing on this and get her going. So let me make some room here. First thing we'll do is dump our applesauce in the pot. Then our 3 cans of fruit cocktail. This is in heavy syrup, but I drained all the syrup off. So 3 cans of that, of drained fruit cocktail. Then are the zest of 2 large oranges. Uh, 1/2 cup of molasses. And this I just got the original molasses. Then our spices. 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. We might end up spicing this up a little bit more, we'll see. 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Let's give that a mix. And already you can smell that holiday seasoning or holiday spice. Cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, cloves. And nice and mixed. So what did I say? 2 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. Let's open my other bottle. And we're going to put 2 more teaspoons in there because it's not got the spice I want to it. That's a total of 4 teaspoons of pumpkin spice. Okay, that's all mixed up. Let me give it a taste. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so this is candy. We're making it brittle, so I'm going to put a cup of sugar in there, granulated sugar. We need that sugar in there, obviously, to sweeten it and combine with those spices, but we also need that because that is what is going to make it brittle. Alright, so let me get this cleared off and then we'll tray some of this up and show you what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to scoop some of this on. Let me get my ladle out. There's 2 pounds. Let's see what that works out like. On there. We'll go a little bit more. 2.25, 2¼ pounds. Now the critical stage of this, to get this to break like brittle, is we want to sprinkle some sugar on the top and just let that soak in. What that does, it draws some of the moisture, and when it's freeze drying, it turns, after it's freeze dried, it turns crunchy, like brittle. So it's pretty critical to put that on there. I know we're using a lot of sugar, but you just got to remember that this is candy. So that was about a cup, which brought us to 2.46 pounds, which sounds pretty good. So let me move on to the next tray. We'll see how many trays we get out of this. Okay, so that recipe yielded 2½ trays for the medium-sized freeze dryer, which is pretty good. I will fill the rest of the slots up probably with milk. Do a tray of milk or something. So, pretty easy recipe so far. Let's get this frozen solid overnight, and then we'll pop it in the freeze dryer. Next time you see that, we'll be breaking this up and making some beautiful holiday spiced fruit brittle. See you then. There we have it. We got my holiday spiced fruit brittle, and I ended up doing a tray of chocolate milk. Now, looking at this bubbled up quite a bit, especially back here in the back. And what that is the sugar that I sprinkled over the top. And I think I went a little bit overboard on that. Just for your information, so you guys can take note of that and avoid that. Because it did actually, especially back here, touch the top pad, so I'm going to have to clean those. But other than that, I think it held up really well. And that was my mistake. Kind of went overboard with the sugar. That's my sweet tooth kicking in. I'm just right now kind of crumbling that out. And we'll get some of this out. But boy, you can smell that wonderful holiday spice seasoning. Let me move that away. I want to get that much. Chocolate milk. Alright. Now you want to use a liner on this. If you didn't use a liner or parchment paper, you're going to hate me. So I want to make a big deal about telling you want to use either parchment paper or your silicone liner. And I, of course, love the silicone liners that Harvest Right provides, so that's what I use. You can see it's brittle. It's sticky. like not sticky, but you know, while it was drying, it sticks. Let's see. See how that looks on the bottom? It just looks so nice. It breaks up nice and brittly. We just break that up into nice brittle type chunks. So, off camera, I'm going to break this all up and we'll get a nice little display out of it. Then I'll package this away in Mylar bags probably. Yeah, I went way overboard on that sugar. Not the sugar I mixed in, but the sugar I put on the top. Alright, so I'll get this laid out and I'll be right back. Okay, I got that all bagged up. This is my display, and let's give it a taste. Oh man, that is good. That is very, 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 very good. That's delicious. You get all the fruit flavor of that fruit cocktail. And that seasoning, the holiday spice seasoning, which was like, what was it? Cinnamon, nutmeg, cloves, allspice. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. You guys really need to try this. This is where I discovered on grapes how to blanch, because I had freeze-dried fruit cocktail and my grapes always came out really nice from fruit cocktail, not all shriveled up and didn't take forever. And I thought about it and thought about it, and I wondered why they came out so well in canned fruit cocktail, and then when you use fresh grapes, they took for like 80 hours and all shriveled up, and or if you had to cut them in half and they still shriveled up. And anyway, that's where I discovered it, was from canned fruit cocktail. I just thought, I wonder if I've just blanched these, and I looked up in American, what is it? Anyway, the people who give you canning guidelines gave instructions on how to blanch grapes for canning. So I just basically did that, and anyway, that's where I learned how to blanch. But that grape right there, just like eating candy. Only this is just like eating candy with that holiday season or holiday spice added to it. Oh. This is really good. Now I bagged up most of that. This is what's left, and I'm probably going to put this in a half-gallon jar. Just leave it sitting on my desk, mason jar. Sit on my desk and snack on that if and when I want some spiced fruit. I'm really happy with the way this turned out, especially after being so sick and everything like that. I wanted to come up with a success. Like I say, the only thing I would change, and I discussed it earlier, is the amount of sugar that I sprinkled over the top of the tray before I froze it. I kind of went overboard with that, and most of that got scraped off and it puffed up. So I just use less sugar when you're sprinkling it over the top. You do want that sugar on the top because that's what gives it the nice brittly texture. But I think you'll agree that that came out really, really nice. Pretty, or the aroma is fantastic. You got that seasonal aroma and that beautiful holiday spice and all that fruit. There you go. Another great success from John and Bibbs. I want to talk to you about next week. So next week is Thanksgiving week. One of my videos, I try to put them out on Friday. I'm not going to put one out next Friday after Thanksgiving. That'll give me time this week to clean out my kitchen and get everything ready for Thanksgiving for my brother and I. But we still have the full meal. We don't hold back. But we had the full meal, and then just some relaxed time that isn't sick relaxed time. And I'll be back the week after Thanksgiving, Friday, with a new video for you. So thank you for watching, and thank you for your support while I was sick. That really meant the world to me. I really, really, really appreciate all the good wishes. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving with your family.